They say love makes people do crazy things. But what happens when that love begins to fade, and the fear of losing it forces someone to lie? Anna and Mark were the perfect couple once. Laughter over dinner, surprise flowers, Sunday morning pancakes. But lately, everything feels different. Mark comes home late. He's always glued to his laptop. No affection. No warmth. Sitting on the couch, wiping away a tear. Mark.
I have something to tell you. I'm pregnant.
Pausing in disbelief, slowly.
Are you serious? Anna, this changes everything. This is amazing.
For the first time in months, Mark hugs her tightly. Anna feels hope. But deep down, guilt twists in her chest, because she knows there's no baby.
She made it up, out of desperation. She thought if she could just get his attention again, the distance would fade. To herself, this can bring us back, right? Just until things feel okay again.
But fake smiles and forced joy can only last so long. Lies, even well-meant ones, don't save relationships. They suffocate them. And this one? It's only just begun. A lie doesn't end when it's spoken. It begins. And every day after, Anna had to feed it, dress it, protect it, act it out. Anna, standing before the mirror, adjusting a pillow under her shirt just a little longer.
Just a little longer. Once he loves me like before, I'll find a way out.
She studies pregnancy videos at midnight, mimics nausea, avoids clinics with vague excuses. Her Google search history reads like a checklist for deception: fake pregnancy belly, early signs, natural home birth. Gently touching her belly.
I've never seen you glow like this. Maybe this is exactly what we needed.
Nodding slowly. Maybe it is.
For a moment, the distance between them shrinks. Mark cancels meetings to stay home. He builds a crib with trembling hands.
Anna, you need to stop this. What's your end game?
Voice shaking. I just want him back. Is that so wrong?
The lie was supposed to save her love. Instead, it begins to consume her, every word rehearsed, every smile forced. But how long can you fake a miracle before reality knocks on your door? Every lie leaves behind clues. And while love might blind you, suspicion has sharp eyes. Julia, Mark's sister, frowning.
No ultrasound pics, no doctor's visits, not even a baby registry. Anna's not acting like a first-time mom.
Anna, forced smile.
We've decided to keep things low-key. It's a spiritual journey for us, very personal.
You didn't even flinch when I offered to throw you a baby shower.
We're avoiding gatherings, too much stress.
Julia's concern doesn't fade. She begins watching Anna more closely, how she holds her belly, how she avoids medical talk, how Mark beams while Anna looks tired. Julia, quietly, to Mark.
I'm telling you, something doesn't add up. Look at her behavior. Please just be careful.
I want to believe her, Jules. I need to. Things have been better lately.
But beneath Mark's words lies doubt. It gnaws at him slowly. Anna feels it too. The weight of the lie grows heavier, harder to carry. Each passing day adds another layer of tension. Her hands tremble. Her eyes avoid mirrors. But she tells herself one thing: just a little longer. The closer a lie gets to its deadline, the louder it screams. Anna hasn't slept in days. The fake bump under her shirt feels heavier than truth. Her eyes are hollow, her mind racing. Lisa, best friend.
Anna, what's the end game? Faking labor? Faking a baby?
I can't keep doing this. Maybe I'll just say I lost the baby. Miscarriage. It'll stop everything.
That's not the answer. You need help, not another lie.
But Anna's trapped. Every path forward is wrapped in pain. A made-up loss means grief. Telling the truth means shame. Either way, there's no happy ending. Mark, entering with excitement.
Guess what? I planned a nursery reveal for this weekend. Our parents are flying in. They're so excited.
No. She stumbles backward, breath shaky.
The nursery. The family. The expectations. The lie. It all crashes down at once. Her heart pounds like a ticking clock. The moment is coming, faster than she's ready for.
I never meant for it to go this far.
But lies don't stay small. They grow teeth. The baby shower. Laughter fills the room. Colorful decorations sparkle. Smiles abound. Love in every corner. Mark, excited, to Anna.
Let's tell them the name, sweetheart. It's the perfect moment.
Anna's heart races. The lie is suffocating her. Every breath feels like a lie about to burst. Anna, breaking down, sobbing.
I can't do this. I can't keep pretending.
Her voice cracks as she stands before the room. The truth is unbearable, but the weight of the lie is worse. Anna, voice trembling, to everyone.
There is no baby. I lied. I was never pregnant.
A shocked silence follows. Gasps echo through the room, turning the joyous celebration into a stunned, heartbroken crowd. Mark, eyes wide with disbelief, whispering.
You lied all these months?
Julia, Mark's sister, furious.
You need help, Anna. This isn't normal. You can't just play with people's emotions like that.
Anna falls to her knees, the storm of shame crashing down. The truth has shattered her life. The lie is finally over, but so is everything else. Sometimes, the truth doesn't set you free. It destroys you. That night, Mark walks out. His footsteps echo, growing fainter as he disappears into the darkness. He doesn't look back. Lisa, holding Anna as she trembles.
You didn't need to fake motherhood to be loved, Anna. You needed to love yourself first. You are enough.
Anna, whispering through tears.
I thought he'd only stay if I was carrying his child, but in the end, I lost myself.
His silence between them is thick with regret. The pieces of Anna's world are scattered, and the person she was before the lie feels like a distant memory. But Lisa's words linger, a reminder that healing could still be possible. Hours later, Anna's phone buzzes. It's Julia.
Through the phone, reassuring, Anna, I've contacted someone. A therapist. You're going to be okay.
Anna agrees. The healing begins, though the road ahead will be long and uncertain. Anna, sitting on her bed, staring at the wall.
Maybe the lie was loud, but my pain was louder. I didn't know how else to scream.
It takes time to rebuild what's been broken, but sometimes, the hardest part of the journey is facing the truth inside you. Months pass. And Anna's world slowly starts to rebuild. The echo of her life fades, replaced by the quiet hum of healing. One evening, Anna sits at her desk, a cup of tea beside her, her fingers hovering over the keyboard, Anna, writing, voice trembling as she types.
I created a lie, hoping it would build a future. Instead, it gave me the truth I had been avoiding. I needed healing, not someone's approval. I needed to love myself before I could love anyone else.
Her blog post, titled Empty Cradle, Full Heart, goes viral. Readers respond, sharing their own stories of struggle and redemption. Anna's vulnerability connects with so many people, and she begins to see how her pain can help others. She starts speaking at mental health events, her voice steady now, her message clear. What once felt like the end is now a beginning, a path toward healing and self-worth. Anna, smiling, during a speech.
Sometimes hitting rock bottom is what leads us home, not to a baby, but to our truest self.
And that's the real birth of strength, self-worth, and honesty. Anna's journey is no longer defined by the lie, but by the truth she found in herself.
The sun rises over a worn-out neighborhood. Inside a weathered home, the smell of toast fills the air. Cracked walls, secondhand furniture, but laughter echoes faintly in the corners. The Miller family starts their day.
Clara, pouring tea in the mismatched cups. And that piece is worth more than gold.
Pouring tea into mismatched cups.
And that piece is worth more than gold.
Staring out the window. I don't want to live like this forever. I want more. A mansion, a new car, real money.
Leo, we're not poor. We just don't measure wealth the same way others do.
David offers Leo a small wooden toy bird hand-carved with care.
Made this for you, son.
Leo barely looks at it.
One day you'll understand how valuable the little things are.
One day I'll have everything, no matter what it takes.
Years slip by. Leo Miller, now in college, has traded wooden toys for designer watches, but his hunger for wealth only grows deeper. The warm values taught at home begin to fade beneath his ambition.
At a business seminar, Leo meets Brandon Collins, the smooth-talking, cocky son of a real estate tycoon.
Why waste years grinding when you can earn in weeks?
What's the catch?
No catch. Just shortcuts. Fast cash. I know the right people, the right moves. You in?
Leo hesitates, but the glitter of wealth wins. He begins skipping lectures, sneaking into risky investment circles. Crypto, gambling, gray market stocks. It all looks exciting and effortless. Soon, Leo's life transforms. He trades his old phone for the latest model, his shoes for Italian leather, his books for flashy parties.
One weekend, Sophie surprises him at his luxury apartment. The doorman hesitates, not recognizing her modest clothes.
Leo, where's all this coming from?
I'm finally living the life I was meant for.
Or living inside a trap you don't see yet?
She notices the unfamiliar gleam in his eyes, the kindness fading behind ambition.
This isn't you. What would Mom and Dad say?
They're still living in the past. I've moved on.
Sophie leaves, heartbroken, sensing the distance growing between them, not in miles, but in morals. Leo, now fully consumed by ambition, joins Collins and Company, the real estate empire run by Brandon's powerful father, Gerald Collins. Impressed by Leo's boldness, Gerald brings him into the inner circle quickly.
Gerald, in this game, morals are expensive. You want success. You better be ready to pay the price.
Leo nods, eager to rise. Soon he's helping the firm forge property documents, push illegal land deals, and evict low-income families under false pretenses.
Leo, you're ruthless. I like that.
I don't have time to be soft. Soft people stay poor.
He gains instant rewards, bonus checks, designer suits, VIP invitations. He cuts off ties with childhood friends who question his choices. Birthdays, holidays, and phone calls from home are all ignored. Holding his phone.
He doesn't pick up anymore.
Maybe he's just busy.
No, he's not busy. He's lost, and he doesn't want to be found.
Back in the city, Leo buys a glass-walled luxury apartment overlooking the skyline. He throws grand parties with champagne, influencers, and fake smiles. He posts pictures with captions like "Hustle Harder" and "Built Not Bought," ironically forgetting everything that was built for him, with love and sacrifice. But in the shadows of his lavish life, consequences quietly begin to form. News breaks. A massive investigation is launched into Collins and Company for real estate fraud, money laundering, and document forgery. Under pressure, Gerald Collins turns on Leo to protect himself.
What? You said this was all clean.
Nothing is clean in this game, buddy. You just got caught.
In a swift move, Leo is arrested. Police raid his luxury apartment, seizing every item: cars, cash, watches, even the framed photos he faked for image.
Leo Miller, once a rising star in real estate, now faces up to 15 years in prison for large-scale fraud.
Behind bars, Leo finally sees the faces he forgot, his family. Sophie visits, sadness in her eyes.
This is the price of greedy, Leo. Are you ready to pay it?
Leo sits silently, tears falling. The empire he built on lies had crumbled, taking everything real with it.
Leo stands silently in the courtroom as the judge delivers the verdict: 15 years in federal prison. Brandon and his father walk out of the courtroom untouched, grinning after cutting a deal and paying a massive fine. Behind cold bars and steel doors, Leo begins to understand the real cost of his ambition.
I had everything, and I traded it for nothing.
Gone are the designer suits and lavish dinners. Now, he wears an orange uniform and eats in silence. At first, he is angry, then ashamed. He begins to read. He tutors other inmates. He apologizes when no one asks him to.
You don't belong here.
I didn't, but I chose this path. Now I'm walking it.
He writes letters to his parents and sister begging forgiveness. No reply.
Maybe I deserved their silence. Maybe I needed to heal.
One night, he sees a younger inmate crying in the corner and gives him a book to read.
This helped me. Maybe it'll help you too.
For the first time in years, Leo doesn't feel greedy. He feels human.
Maybe this is where I rebuild. Not what I had, but who I am.
After 3 long years, the letter finally arrives for Leo. Sophie's handwriting brings a rush of emotions: hope, pain, and a chance for redemption. Voiceover: You hurt us deeply, Leo. But I believe people can change if they truly want to. Reading her words, Leo feels a spark reignite inside him. He pours himself into studying finance law, determined to understand the system he once abused and fix the damage he caused.
Using your time wisely, huh?
Trying to earn my forgiveness, and there's...
Back home, Clara's health is declining.
She misses Leo, even if she never says it.
He has to come back, not as the greedy man who left, but as the son and brother we always loved.
Though the wounds run deep, a fragile hope for healing begins to grow within the Miller family. After serving 5 long years, Leo is finally released early for good behavior. He steps out of the prison gates with a heart full of mixed emotions: relief, regret, and a quiet hope. No cars are waiting. No friends are cheering. No flashing cameras follow. Just Leo, walking alone down the familiar streets he once tried to forget.
I used to drive Ferraris and live for luxury. Now, I'm walking home, ready to earn my peace, step by step.
At the Miller family home, Clara opens the door cautiously. For a moment, hesitation hangs in the air, then she embraces him tightly, tears welling in her eyes.
I waited for this day, even when I said I wouldn't.
We're not here to punish you anymore. Life has done that already.
So what now, Leo?
Now I live for something real.
That evening, they share a quiet dinner, gentle, healing, and together at last.
Leo dedicates his new life to helping others avoid the pitfalls that once trapped him. He finds work at a non-profit organization focused on protecting vulnerable families from scams and frauds, similar to the ones he was involved in.
He visits local schools and community centers, speaking openly to young people about his past.
Were you really in jail?
Yes, and I deserved every day. But you don't have to repeat my mistakes.
Sophie joins him to start a podcast called The Price of Greedy, where they share real stories of struggle, greed, and redemption to inspire others. David watches proudly. He's finally building something that truly matters.
Clara smiles softly, and this time it's with honesty and heart.
Through patience, humility, and service, Leo slowly rebuilds his family's trust, proving that even the deepest wounds can heal with time and effort.
Clara and Leo sit quietly in the backyard, now blossoming with potted plants and flowers, a symbol of new beginnings.
Funny how the richest you've ever been is when you have the least.
Because now I'm rich in truth, in family.
Sophie comes out, carrying a box filled with letters from children Leo has mentored.
These kids say your words saved them from walking your path.
David joins them on the porch.
Maybe it wasn't all for nothing after all.
They join hands, feeling the weight of their journey together.
Greed took everything from me, but humility gave me everything back, slowly, painfully, but truly.
And that's a story worth telling.
Final frame, the family sits watching the sunset, poor in wealth, but rich in grace and love. Greed may buy you a throne, but never peace. True wealth lies in the love you refuse to betray.
In a grand mansion where the walls whisper secrets and the floors echo silence, Rosa, a poor maid in her late 30s, begins her day. She sweeps the marble floors while keeping an eye on the clock. Every moment counts before the house stirs.
Rosa, that child better stay out of sight. I don't want any noise in my house.
Yes, ma'am. Ava won't disturb anyone.
Behind closed servant quarters, Rosa hides a piece of her heart. Ava, an orphan girl she found abandoned outside a shelter 6 years ago. She couldn't leave her. Not then. Not now.
You may not have a mother, but you have me. Always.
Am I really yours?
In every way that matters, my love.
With every coin she earns, Rosa saves a little for Ava's future, pennies turned into hope. She teaches Ava to read at night under a dim lamp, whispering each letter like it's a blessing. Ava's eyes light up every time Rosa says, "One day, you'll make something of yourself."
And I'll never forget you, Mama.
Rosa's days start before sunrise and end long after sunset.
Her school fees, her books, her future. I can do this even if it breaks me.
You're always tired lately. What else are you doing with your time?
Nothing, ma'am. Just trying to keep up with your house.
Why can't I say hi to the guests like the other children?
Because, sweetheart, not everyone understands the kind of love that needs no blood.
Years pass. She studies by candlelight using old books Rosa finds or borrows. The odds are against her, but Ava keeps winning. At school, she becomes a star student, top of her class, admired for her intelligence and kindness.
She's brilliant. You've raised a gem.
She raised herself. I just lit the path.
Mama Rosa, I got the scholarship. Full ride to college.
I knew it. I told you, you're meant for more than dust and dishes.
Ava leaves for college with one worn suitcase and Rosa's whispered prayers.
She's not your burden, Rosa. She's not even your blood.
Then why does she feel like my entire world?
Time flies like pages in a book. Ava, once the quiet girl hiding in corners, now stands tall in her graduation robe, business management with honors. The applause she receives echoes years of silent struggle.
I did it for you, Mama Rosa. Every grade, every step, I carried your strength with me.
No, my love. You did it because you're brilliant. I just made sure you had a chance.
This is only the beginning. I want you to rest now, Mama.
Rest comes later. There's laundry to fold.
You gave me dreams. Now it's time you live yours.
Ava's hard work shines brighter than ever. At just 26, she becomes the youngest executive in her company's history. Her sharp mind and kind heart set her apart.
Let's hear it for Ava, the future of our firm.
You must come from a family of business minds. Who mentored you? Your parents must be proud.
I'll tell you one day. She's not who you'd expect.
Back home, Rosa begins to feel weak. After a few tests, the doctor gently delivers the news: early-stage diabetes.
We'll manage it. You're not alone. I'm getting you the best care possible.
As long as you eat with me, child, even boring sugar-free food won't taste bad.
The stage is decorated with lights, cameras, and flashing smiles. It's Ava's big day. She's being welcomed as the new CEO of a top company. Everyone waits with bated breath to hear her story.
Ava, your rise has been nothing short of remarkable. Everyone here is eager to hear who inspired you most.
She never wore a suit, never held a degree. She never sat at a boardroom table. But every success I've had is because of her. This is Rosa, my maid, my mother, my hero.
You were raised by a maid?
She worked 3 jobs so I could dream. She had her own hunger to fill my plate. She gave me more than most parents ever could. She gave me love. She gave me strength. She gave me everything.
You didn't have to do this.
I had to. The world should know what real motherhood and real love look like.
Ava purchases a cozy, beautiful home for them both, where Rosa no longer needs to work or hide.
I don't belong in big places, Ava. I'm just a maid.
You belonged in a palace, Rosa, but you settled for a servant's room for me. Now, this is where we both belong.
But Ava doesn't stop there. She starts a scholarship foundation in Rosa's name, dedicated to helping underprivileged children achieve their dreams, just like she did.
Every Rosa deserves to be seen. Every child deserves a chance.
And every Ava needs someone to believe in her.
From maid to mother, from sacrifice to success, the circle is complete. Love, true love, doesn't need titles or wealth. It just needs someone who believes.
Maybe I wasn't her real mother, but I got to raise a real queen.
Together, they built a life, one full of love, sacrifice, and undying loyalty. They were mother and daughter, not by blood, but by the unbreakable bond of the heart. Motherhood isn't defined by blood. It's defined by love, sacrifice, and the hands that never let you fall. Sparkling Heart. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life inspired stories.